Okay, so if you're like me, you're a bit confused. The rise of the Skywalker. I'm a bit confused by this because we've really seen the rise of the Skywalkers. We saw Luke Skywalker. What is the re-rise? This is more of a revision of the Skywalker. And we were told that Rey isn't a Skywalker, or her heritage comes from people who are just irregular people, or almost like alcoholics who sold her for beer money, which may have been a lie, obviously. But I'm just going to try and go through some of these clips, and I'm not going to play it because. So this looks okay, but what you will hear over this is Luke Skywalker talking, and he's saying that we've passed all our skills on to you, but the skills haven't been passed on to Rey. She's received almost no training, so that's complete fabrication. She hasn't received any training or real guidance. And in what Luke Skywalker says is there's 1,000 generations now channeled into Rey, and she has to go ahead and prove that she is the next generation of the Luke Skywalker family. Yet we're told that this is the end of the Skywalker legacy, so I'm very confused. Maybe I'm missing something, but we had Luke Skywalker, he's been killed off. Now we have Rey, and Luke Skywalker confirms that he's been killed off because he says that we've passed on our skills down to you. You're the next generation. So anyone who thinks that this is the return of Luke Skywalker, you've got it completely wrong. This is all channeled into Rey. That's what Luke Skywalker says during this scene. So you've got Luke Skywalker saying that Rey is the next generation, but Luke Skywalker was the first generation of the Skywalkers that we saw. So why is it the rise of the Skywalker? I'm very confused by that title. If they explain that to me, maybe that would be great. Now, I just watched Geeks and Gaming's video, I'm not going to lie, and I do agree with him based on this part here. So this is obviously Kylo Ren. Now, what you'll notice in this clip is that Kylo Ren is not revealed. You only see his hands, then later on you'll see his helmet. Sorry, you'll see him here. I don't understand why they've tried to not reveal Kylo Ren, because nothing appears to have changed about him. Why make that mysterious? Sorry, here this is obviously Kylo Ren, but we know who it is. Why try and not reveal who it is? So, and this bit doesn't really make sense because if he was attacking Rey, he would be using his laser blasters or try to shoot her in some way. That would be a logical way to try and kill her. Again, I find this whole scene confusing because it's not logical what Kylo Ren is doing. He would either face her one-on-one in a lightsaber battle, or we would go in with a huge army. I don't understand what the purpose of what Kylo Ren is trying to achieve. He's not going to really achieve anything by doing this method. I don't like to see this in any movies. I'm not just tacking Star Wars on this, but this is essentially the laws of physics being thrown out the window, because a young woman is not going to jump from a running standing position, probably getting on for, let's say, maybe getting on for 25 foot in the air. It's not going to happen. She's probably going to get her head will probably get 2 or 3 foot, maybe 4 foot off the ground at best. Well, that's getting on for 20 to 25 foot. It's just ridiculous. I hate seeing it. If it works, if they can do it, and it's part of the Matrix where they're living inside a computerized system, so the laws of physics aren't real, and they can bend reality in that storyline. But suggesting that this young woman has the leg strength to jump in the air like this, she's not a cockroach. If she was a human cockroach, then yes, she would be able to jump in the air like this. Or a human squirrel, yes, she could jump in the air. And I just don't like to see it. I like to see normal physics and the human body being followed, and that's what's happened in the original Star Wars movies. Unless she has the Jedi Force, but then we were told it was the last Jedi in the last movie. So if they're just going to have these special effects thrown in, but not explain why it's able to happen, then I'm not really that interested. It seems a bit silly. It's like, we've got these special effects, let's use them. But even if we're going to throw out the laws of physics and makes a young woman look like a human cockroach who's able to jump 30 foot in the air. Now this seems a bit interesting. Not much to it. This scene, again, I'm not sure who that is, but I'm a bit confused why you've got Kylo Ren attacking Rey there, and then you've got Kylo Ren attacking, going into some sort of battle there. And this scene, I don't know why we're showing it or why this is happening. We know that his helmet was smashed. His helmet has no relevance. It's not like Darth Vader. Well, Darth Vader's helmet had a huge amount of relevance because they didn't reveal who he was right until the last minute. This is just going over old territory. There's nothing new in this. There's no symbolism in this helmet. It's just a black lump of metal. I don't know why they're bothering with that. That doesn't mean anything. That's just, they shouldn't have revealed who it was until the last minute, like with Darth Vader. So this is a bit of action, a bit interesting. That's always good to see. The saga comes to an end. So why is it called The Rise of Skywalker? The saga comes to an end when we've already had Skywalker. I find that very confusing. Maybe they've got a different storyline that's going to explain that. That's what I'm really hoping. I don't know. Yeah, that's not really interesting. So this is quite good. This is like a send off for Princess Leia. You know, that appears to be really good. What they've done there, obviously much better than what they did in The Last Jedi. That was just horrendous. Now this looks something like out of Alien, the Prometheus movies. Obviously it's not copied, I'm not saying it's copied, but I'm not really sure how this associates with Jedi. This sort of been thrown in, but I am pleased to see it also because obviously you had elements of religion in Star Wars in the past, and that made it a lot more interesting. You know, like Yoda was based on Buddhism, and George Lucas's interest in different religious aspects and obviously politics, and George Lucas, you know, said that he wanted to include his interests in it. So I'm pleased that they're making it more interesting instead of just having boring stuff like Last Jedi was, just having some sword fight or lightsaber battle and a few spaceships doing stuff. So on the positive, this is a lot more interesting than Last Jedi, which isn't easy to do. But what I'm going to say, and what I think everyone is going to notice, and what I've said before, and what many people said before, this is going to make The Last Jedi look terrible. The Last Jedi is going to look absolutely rubbish and awful when people watch this movie. And that's when people notice, because it's almost as if The Last Jedi doesn't exist, because you're going to have The Force Awakens, which is a really great movie. I really liked it. It was really liked by the fans. And you can have this, and sandwiched in between, it's just going to be this junk. It's like buying a sandwich. You've got two really nice slices of bread, but the filling is a bit of mouldy meat, a bit of mouldy ham that's gone a bit off, and you just try to forget it. I'll forget that mouldy ham. I'll enjoy the bread. The bread was nice. The bread was really tasty, but I'll forget the mouldy meat that was in between. So you are definitely going to see that with The Last Jedi. So I am quite pleased because it's a return to what we had before. It's just it's still galling. It's going to be galling. You can't get away from it. The Last Jedi is like the meat in between the two slices of bread that's ruined the sandwich. That's the way, sadly, the way it is. They should have just now this is quite good. This is like an innovation. Now, this appears to be stormtroopers with rocket packs on, and they're able to go at high speed. So that's a bit innovative, makes sense. There's nothing really new in this, and that's what Star Wars needs. And as I've said before, in the posters, when they released the official poster, now the poster that came out about 2 weeks ago, it was completely fake. I made a video pointing out it was fake. I don't know why anybody thought it was real or genuine, because it was clearly fake. But when they released the poster for this movie, what you'll see, let's go back to Rey. You'll see Rey with a lightsaber. Now, if you go through the 3 posters for this trilogy, that is all you'll see. You'll see Rey with a lightsaber. There's no character development whatsoever, and it's so annoying to see. It's so frustrating to see. Yet, if you go through the posters for the previous trilogies, you'll see this massive character development. You'll see it with Luke Skywalker, and you'll see it with Anakin. And yet, Rey, she was at her ultimate point at the start of the movies. So there's no character development for Rey. You'll see it in the posters. I'll guarantee it. You'll see there's no character development, and this isn't really character development. This is just her a bit better. You know, she's like 20% better than what she was at the start of the trilogy. That's not character development. You know, she is a Mary Sue. There is no character development, and the posters and these movies will show it. And just having her jumping over something like a human cockroach, not really appealing to me. I don't like to see it, because it makes it look like she can do anything. If she can do this, she can do anything. If you fired a nuclear weapon at her, she would escape it. And you know, she can escape this, she can escape anything. That's how it's going to appear. It's really ridiculous to see. And Geeks and Gamers said this. He said, so I'm really, it's just agreeing also with Geeks and Gamers that this looks silly. Why are they doing this? They should have a run-in, or making her do something different than this. Having her jump over this, just silly. It looks awful. But it is much better than Last Jedi. So I'm going to focus on the positives. End this video on a positive. It is much better than Last Jedi. But I'm confused, and maybe you can leave the comments below. Why do you think this movie is called The Rise of Skywalker, when it's like The Rise of Skywalker in one movie, then 90 minutes later we're going to kill Skywalkers off? I find that very confusing. And also, it looks like Palpatine is returning, which I don't know why. I don't know why they're doing that at this stage, because there's no talk of future movies. They've left it till the last minute to return Palpatine. It looks like this is going to be a load of action sequences, then everybody dies, which is going to look a bit silly. Maybe it's wrong. Maybe they introduce new characters and it leads on to a new trilogy. Because you have to remember that Disney paid $4 billion for Star Wars, so they need to recoup $4 billion before they can make any profit. So there's obviously going to be more movies. But let me know what you think in the comments below. This is my interpretation. My interpretation is this jumping sequence looks silly. She looks like a human cockroach who can jump 25 foot into the air. Ridiculous. I hate this scene. This looks a bit interesting. We've seen this before. This is nothing new. I don't know why they're doing this, because the helmet has no relevance. It's not mystery. They wear a helmet to keep the identity secret and to have some sort of symbolism, but there is no symbolism because he smashed his own helmet up. This is a bit innovative, a bit different. This is interesting. This could lead on to something new. If you have any thoughts on what this means, leave your comments below. But for me, I'm kind of like, I'll give it 5 out of 10. I'm not that interested. Not when you've got Avengers Endgame coming up. Avengers Endgame has been dealt with far, far better than this, because The Last Jedi is just terrible. That's my thoughts. Leave your comments below. I'm really interested to hear what you think. What do you think to the title? What do you think to the trailer? What thoughts do you have? I'm very confused. Rise of Skywalker, and we've really seen the rise of Skywalker with Luke Skywalker. Again, let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. There'll be a lot more talk about this, but also make your own videos. Make your own videos about what you think of this. The YouTube is there for everybody to make their videos. So make your own video. Tell the world what you think, good or bad. Tell everybody what you think. Make your own videos. And if you want to have any help, make your own videos. Again, leave your comments below, and I'll give you a bit of advice, my thoughts and opinions. If you want to get started, if you want some help with that, by all means, just leave your comments below and I'll get back to you on and if I can help you, I will. So again, thank you for watching. Leave your comments below and also like and subscribe.